This week on the Pathetically podcast.
This is a great episode. I interviewed one of my favorite wrestlers, the
Estonian Thunderfrog.
I've seen him wrestle a few times. He's awesome. He's a really nice guy. He's from Estonia. He loves Miley Cyrus.
My favorite princess of all. I hope one day me and her walk the red carpet. Is, how do you say, packed? It's jam-packed with slobber knockers. Smiles, laugh, smiles, smiles, laugh, smiles. Wrestling, scary, kick heads off, run, kick head off, run.
The Estonian Thunderfrog here.
Hello. I die tomorrow. It's okay. Because you know what? I have wrestling and happiness in my heart. Thunderfrog like to wrestle. Thunderfrog like to eat buttermilk and horse. And Thunderfrog like to disco with princesses. He wrestled to be better man, and I wrestled to be better frog. But I look at all the smiley faces, all the milk dripping off people's faces, the little kids, cheering, and you're making these people happy.
You're listening to the Pathetically podcast with Will Noonan.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time it is where you are, thank you for listening to Hypothetically with Will Noonan. That's me, coming at you live from my backyard right now. It's a beautiful fall day here in Milton, Massachusetts, and this is a great episode. I interviewed one of my favorite wrestlers, the Estonian Thunderfrog. And if you're not a wrestling fan, don't turn the podcast off yet, because he's a different type of wrestler. He comes from this wrestling promotion that's independent. It's not the biggest thing in the world yet. It's called Wrestling is Art. If you've heard of wrestling, you might know about the WWE, formerly called the WWF. But there's also independent wrestling promotions, just like there's indie bands, there's indie wrestling. And my favorite indie wrestling to go see is Wrestling is Art, because it's super funny, and the guys are super great wrestlers. Some of the guys have masks, kind of calling to a lucha libre type style. But mainly they're just there to entertain you fully. They make you laugh, they pull on your heartstrings, and they're just super great wrestlers. And it's really like, kind of like just a cool thing too. I don't want to sound like an asshole here, but it's always cool to be into something before it becomes super popular. And I totally think Wrestling is Art is pretty soon going to be a really popular thing, because these guys are just hilarious. They have a great roster of wrestlers. Cole Cabana's going to be at their shows this weekend in Haverhill. And Wrestling is Art is just a really great time. And they don't give me any money, and they don't pay me, and they haven't asked me to do any of this stuff. I do it just because it's something I'm really into, and I want just to talk to these guys, and I'm interested in talking to them. I'm going to be going to the show this Sunday in East Greenwich. Unfortunately, I got to work Saturday night and do a gig of my own. I wish I could go, because I would be there. But if you're in the Massachusetts or Rhode Island area on November 9th and 10th this weekend, 2013, I highly recommend you go. It's only $15, $20 for a front row ringside seat. Cole Cabana's going to be there. He's got one of the highest rated podcasts. Check that out. Chuck Taylor's going to be there. Those are the big name guys, but just the regular guys: Jervis Cottonbelly, Estonian Thunderfrog, A.R. Fox, Tim Donst. I'm forgetting so many great. Antonio Thomas, of course, one of the friends of the show and one of my favorite wrestlers to go see. He's awesome. And just so many more. Go to wrestlingisart.com. Like I said, they don't ask me to do this. They're not paying me to do this. They're not a sponsor. I just love this shit. So anyway, all that aside, today's guest is one of their wrestlers. He's called the Estonian Thunderfrog. I've seen him wrestle a few times. He's awesome. He's a really nice guy. He's from Estonia. He loves Miley Cyrus, and this is a hilarious interview, and I learned a lot about him, and you're going to learn a lot too. So please listen to this interview and check out wrestlingisart.com, and you won't regret it.